Please join me in welcoming Ms. Nazuna Teraoka. Her speech title is Let's Think Again About Diversity. Let's think again about diversity. So, Ms. Teraoka, would you come up to the stage?
Sure. Thank you, honorable judges, and distinguished guests and master of ceremony. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Have you noticed it too? The word diversity, or as we say in Japanese, tayose, is everywhere now. It's in our news, it's in our offices, it's in our classrooms. And this is not just about Japan. It's a global trend. The fact that we hear the word diversity so often now means that we as a society has come to recognize the importance of accepting and celebrating differences. As someone who has lived overseas, I appreciate this very much. In Japan, I was the majority. Almost everyone around me looked like me and had the same cultural foundation that I had. However, the moment I stepped my foot out to the world, it was different. I was different. I was the minority. Once I experienced being the minority, I realized how much being the majority, or dare I say, the norm, is taken for granted. Although I've never experienced hateful racism, such as verbal or physical abuse, I've had moments where I felt like I was told straight to my face, "You are different," and not in a nice way. Because I look the way I look, they can tell I'm Asian, and they would slap an overgeneralized label of Asians on me. The label mixed all Asian cultures together, even though each one has its own unique beliefs and customs. It was like standing out too much, but being invisible at the same time. I didn't feel sad or angry, just a little disappointed and powerless. Diversity, I think, can be what we need to change this. It gives people who are marginalized the voice that they deserve. It gives people the chance to have a say in how they're represented. And this is why I appreciate the trend of diversity. So imagine my shock when I learned that there are people out there that react negatively towards diversity in media. I hate diversity. Diversity is being pushed into our face. Diversity makes it harder for people to live. These are just some of the comments that I've come across on social media. Why? I thought. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has said last year, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is just another term for racism. Shame on anyone who uses it. Again, why? In the Oxford Dictionary, the word diversity is defined as the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds, and gender and sexual orientations, etc. How could anyone hate such a beautiful concept? What has happened in our society that people, even with big influential power, feels the need to attack diversity? At first, I couldn't grasp what could possibly be hated about it. Then, I dug a little deeper. Then I started to notice the gap between the diversity I know and the diversity these people saw. Especially in the media-related industry, diversity is receiving hatred. For example, films, TV shows, and video games. Different cultures are being represented on screen and in the form of entertainment. At surface level, this seems like a good thing. However, people who say they hate diversity claim that diversity in media now feels too forced. I hate to admit it, but I think they may be onto something. Race swapping or race bending has been a controversy in Hollywood for decades. To race swap or race bend is to change the ethnicity or race of a character from the original storyline. A recent example of this would be the new remake of Snow White from Walt Disney Studio. Now, I'm not saying that this is inherently bad, but I do believe there are some ways that this could be harmful. TV shows and films featuring race swap characters often market themselves as being inclusive or progressive. However, what they fail to realize is that there aren't much value added by altering a character's race. For instance, by casting an Asian actor in the role of a European character, do we get more representation of Asian culture? Do we get perspective from a Chinese person, or Indian person, or perhaps a Japanese? The answer is no. What we get is a token character, symbolism of Asians. What we really need is our stories meaningful to the marginalized cultures, stories inspired by them, written by the people of the culture. Race swapping is a lousy excuse. It's to fill the quota, an empty promise of diversity. As an audience, what we should be getting from these type of diversity is not that it's progressive, but that they did not care enough for the marginalized people and decided to recycle a story that was going to guarantee them money. Honorable judges, please forgive my spontaneity and allow me to go off script here. Everyone, I would like to use this privilege to stand on this stage today and share with you my fear that I've been feeling in the height of recent global news. Under the new presidency in the States, policies meant to encourage diversity are being rolled back. As a result, DEI has lost its relevance in corporate, and many people of color, LGBTQ community, disabled have been let go. You may be wondering, what does this have to do with me? What does this have to do with you? The truth is, this isn't just me being pitiful or scared for the people in the States. No, I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for the future of Japan. It wasn't so long ago that the word diversity was popularized in the US as it is in Japan right now. And it didn't take them long to demonize it and throw it around like a derogatory term. I fear that we're following the same path. I fear that the rise of negativity towards diversity, 多様性, is just the start. So I ask you today, let them not demonize the word for us. Let them not convince us that diversity is our enemy. Let's think again about diversity. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech, Ms. Teraoka. Now we will have a question and answer session. So, Mr. Eboshi, please.
Okay, good morning, Teraoka-san.
Good morning.
Okay, how do you feel right now?
I'm really nervous.
Really nervous because you heard the first speaker, but
Yes.
I think that you made a very good job. Okay, let's start the question and answer session. So my first question is, do you agree with diversity or do you disagree with diversity?
I agree with what the word truly represents. So a concept where everybody of different cultural and different ethnic backgrounds are all together and working towards one beautiful world. But I don't agree with what diversity, the word diversity, are used to represent in modern day culture.
Okay, very good. So recently, or before 2023 or 2020, many people say that the diversity is very important for current society. Mm-hmm. So why do you think many people said so?
So I think it's because when diversity is properly in place, when there are many people from many backgrounds, it's natural that you come up with many good ideas because you have opinions from other cultures and other backgrounds. And if you limit people who are making policies or who are making rules to people with one specific backgrounds, those policies and rules are obviously going to be catered towards those people. So I think that's why diversity was said to be important.
Very good. Recently, the US President Donald Trump denied the gender. Gender must be men and women. What do you think about his idea?
I do not agree with what President Trump said at all. I think gender, the word itself, implies that there could be more than men and women. Because if there was only men and women, male and female, we would be using the word sex. But gender means that there will be more identity, so I do not agree with him at all.
Okay, I understand. As the President Donald Trump's utterance and Elon Musk's idea, I think that the recent world is shifting from diversity to more kind of traditional conservative idea to deny diversity. So why do you think is such trends happening right now?
I think it's because they feel threatened. These people like Elon Musk and President Donald Trump were people who would have been in power if diversity was not a thing, if diversity was disregarded. But because people started to endorse diversity more and more, as a society, we started to embrace diversity. People like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, people of privilege, people with higher class educational background, people who are European, white, I think they felt threatened. That's my opinion.
Okay, time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eboshi and Ms. Teraoka. Now we'll have the judging time.